It's taking a while to load. And there we go. Hide this window, and I will start. So, good morning, everyone. Good to see you all here. We are here for some more Don't Panic. Now, I didn't get any... Oh, I did get some hands. So, let's have a look. From Lead Tire, I'm not sure. This is makeable. I think the answer is to go to the squeeze. Made some poor choice, didn't recognize the play. Okay, let's have a look at the play. So, you're in 6 spades, and you got the 4 of diamonds lead. Now, when you see the 4 of diamonds and then the 2, you immediately know that West has led this from 3 or 4 cards, right? That's good to know. So you know that if the queen's not dropping, that they're going to be the one guarding diamonds. Useful to point out. Now, what you do next, you drew trumps, which is fair, and then played a diamond and then a club, saying that, yeah, so if you're thinking about going for a squeeze here, what you would need to happen... Oh, can you make it bigger? Absolutely. What would need to happen is for the same person to be guarding both the diamonds and the hearts, because those are the 2 suits you have threats in. So how you would play it out is not by playing the jack of diamonds, but instead, if you play out all 3 spades, get rid of the 3 diamonds from dummy, then play the club and get rid of the heart from dummy. Dummy will be left with the ace-10 of hearts, and you with the jack of diamonds and the 4 of hearts. If no one's pitched the queen of diamonds, you would play ace and another heart, and then see if those are good. In this case, they wouldn't be, because West would keep the queen of diamonds and East would keep the hearts. Is there a way to make it from the beginning other than playing low at trick 1? So that's another thing worth mentioning, right? Is the trick 1 play. They lead the 4. This could be from 4-2 Doubleton. It could be from Queen 10 to 4, Queen to 3, or 10 to 3. Right? If it's from Queen 10 to 4, or from Queen to 3, we want to play low. If it's from Queen 10 to 4, we want to play low. 10 to 3, we want to play the ace. And a Doubleton, it's not that likely to matter. So the way I would think about this is, okay, let's say I do play the ace. Even if I do manage to get the clubs to be only 1 loser, where the ace is on side, I would still need to deal with my diamond loser somehow. Now, how would I deal with my diamond loser? Well, it's not an easy answer here. And because of that, because it looks like we need to deal with the diamond anyway, if we play low at trick 1 and it works, not only does that deal with the diamond loser, but we can also use the diamonds to get rid of our club losers. So we don't have to try and take that finesse either. And we have the upside that if East happens to win a diamond, they might not find a club switch. They probably will, but maybe not. So playing low at trick 1 is actually the right thing here. A lot of people don't like to put all of their eggs in one basket, right? They don't want to take that finesse at trick 1 in case it loses and they're just down immediately. But sometimes you just have to put all your eggs in that one basket and hope, because otherwise you'll have no chance. I saw a message somewhere that, do we use 11 points in our 1-no trump opening? And the answer to that, not 1-no trump response to 1 spade, answer to that is yes, the robots are playing 2 over 1. So if they bid 2 diamonds, they would be forcing to game, and therefore they have to bid 1 no trump with 11 or 12 bad points. And I'll just check that at this point. I don't believe there's any way. Not at that point. At this point. Yeah, you're down at this point. So I assume you're still making here. Yeah, so at this point, what can you do? Some progressive squeeze. So I'm interested in the double dummy at this point, how it manages. I assume we can discard a diamond, how it manages to get all the tricks. Oh, it's a frickin'... We just lead the jack. Playing for 10 doubleton in east, of course. That's how we could have made it on the hand, but it's we should have played low at trick 1 if we're going to do that, and we could have resorted to that later. It would have been better than playing diamond to the king, because that's just playing for queen doubleton offside. So open for discussion on the bidding. Was the bidding 1 no trump opening? So let me see. Okay, I would never consider a 1 no trump opening with this hand. It's nothing to do with the shape of the hand. It's to do with the fact it's 18 points. With the 15, 17, 1 no trump, do not open with 18. This hand also isn't only 18 points. This hand is worth, I think, closer to 20 points than it is 18. It's probably like a little bit above 19 in terms of worth. And how I can check this is by looking up the Kaplan-Rubin's hand evaluator. And this is a pretty good tool for deciding whether a hand is worth opening 1 no trump or not. So I've plugged it in, 19.3. So yeah, this hand is worth closer to 20 points than it's to 18. That's way too strong for 15, 17. I personally would open 1 diamond with this hand and rebid 2 no trumps, showing 18 or 19 balanced. Because if you're going to treat it as balanced, which is fine even with 2 doubletons, when the 5 card suit's not a major, do not go for a downgrade. Now, partner transferred and then bid 4 clubs, which I assume is some kind of balanced slam try. I would normally play that as a splinter. What does the 4 clubs say it means? Oh, partner, you're playing with a human rather than robots. So partner was, looks like they didn't really know what they're doing with 4 clubs. Oh, unless you play that as ace asking. Don't recommend it. And you bid 4 diamonds, and they just bid 6 no trumps. Yeah. So it was a bit, the 4 clubs bid wasn't a good bid either. But yeah, the 1 no trump, it's far too strong for that. So now that that's all done, if you want to send in a hand, I'll show you at the end. So we want the free day-long tournament. Day-long robot. Free day-long tournament. It's what's happening. It's all jumping about. Haha. Free day-long tournament. So we've got this hand, and what do we want to do with it? Let's see, 15 points. So 1 no trump opening, showing 15 to 17. Since we're playing 2/1 with the robots. And partner passed with 8, which is okay when it's a bad 8 points. This is a bad 8 points. King, queen, doubleton, not great. Not much stuffing in the 5 card suit. No aces. In terms of tricks, we have 3 heart tricks, and that's it. where do we want to most efficiently look for some extra tricks? And how do we want to play? Do we want to unblock the hearts? Patricia likes the clubs. Yep. So yeah, going for the clubs is a good idea here. And we want to leave the king or queen of hearts in north as an entry. So after winning the first one, we don't want to unblock. We want to leave that there to get over to two clubs later. And they've won the ace, played another heart. So at this point of the hand, a very important lesson to learn is the clubs are either always good here or they're always not good. There's not much we can do on the clubs. So the amount of tricks will not change if we play at clubs at this point on the hand or not. So what we should do before playing on the clubs is set up tricks elsewhere if we need to, especially if we need to have an entry to north to do so. Now, if we play on the spades by playing the spade to the 9, what's likely to happen is they will then knock out the heart. And then if we want to get more spade tricks, we'll have to play a spade to the 8 next time. We'll end up losing 2 spades, a diamond, and at least 2 spades, 1 diamond, and maybe 2 more hearts, right? So 2 spades, a diamond, and 2 more hearts, plus the one we've got is 6, we'd make 1. How many tricks do we have at this point? We have 2 in the bag, 4 more club tricks probably is 6, and a heart is 7. So even if the spades work the way we want, we are still making no more tricks. However, if we play a diamond and just knock out the ace, we're going to get 1 diamond trick guaranteed. So while it may look odd to play on diamonds, like we'd rather have the opponents play on them, that guarantees an extra trick from here and doesn't have any risk associated with it. There's the ace, and they're playing a heart, which is to be expected. Throw a diamond away. And then I'll start playing on the clubs, which are breaking, which is great to see. There's the jack of spades. That's very interesting. There's a heart discard. So because of the heart discard, and the fact we've seen the jack of spades, it actually doesn't cost to play a spade at this point. Because the most we can lose is 2 spades and 1 heart. It's 3 tricks from here. We'd still get the last one. So we can actually afford to play another spade. And now we're going to get another trick. Making 9. So that was pretty awesome, making 9. And you're like, oh, making 9 should have been in 3 no trumps. No. we saw how friendly things had to be for that. So 11 points, 5-5 will open 1 spade and rebid 2 diamonds. Partners bid 3 spades, which the robots play as an invitational hand with 3 spades. May seem weird for the 1 no trump. Just imagine maybe it went 1 spade, 3 spades, or however you play the invite. What do we want to do over this 3 spades bid? Any ideas? Just check on what we got. We got 77.5. It's always good to see. Wow, there was a stiff ace of diamonds. So we could have actually made even 10 tricks. Four spades. All right. So how would we evaluate this hand? There are a couple ways to do it. We could count points and add points for shortage. So if we're adding points for shortage, given we have an 8-card fit, we can add Patricia result from 1 no trump. That was 77.5%. Yeah, we can add 2 points for a singleton and 1 for a doubleton with an 8-card fit. The old 5-3-1 is more a 9-card fit thing. Now, other people do it slightly different ways, but this is the way I'd recommend. With an 8-card fit, you add 3 for a void, 2 for a singleton, 1 for doubleton. And with a 9-card fit, it's the 5 for a void, 3 for a singleton type thing. So we can add 3 points to our hand, bringing it up to 14. With 14 points and partner showing around 11 in the 10 to 12 range, that's enough to accept and bid 4 spades. Exactly as Andrew said. And here, I forgot to mention the other way. We could also look at the losing trick count, where we would have 5 in the losing trick count, and partner, when they bid 3 spades, is saying they've got 3 tricks for us, kind of like 2.5, 3 kind of range of tricks. So even if they have 2 tricks, we'll be good for game. Points for an 8-card fit? Yeah. So when you have an 8-card fit, it's 3 for a void, 2 for a singleton, 1 for a doubleton. Now here, if we're counting losers, no spades unless they break 4-1, 2 hearts, no clubs, and 2 diamonds. We can pretty quickly throw the losing heart away on the club, but we may want to draw trumps first. We also want to think, how do we want to play the diamonds? Because I think we're almost definitely going to want to finesse the jack of diamonds at some point. Now, I'll give you 2 ways we can play the hand. Way number 1, we win the ace of clubs, draw trumps by playing queen, ace, and then low to the king, then playing the second club, discarding a heart, and then we play a diamond. Now, that diamond could be low to the king, or it could be finessing the jack. If we're only getting to finesse this once, it is better to finesse the jack. Because if we play low to the king, loses to the ace, the jack's probably not going to drop in 2. Right? So what we're doing by not finessing there would be playing for it to drop in 2, which is kind of like playing for the queen to drop with an 8-card fit. And we would normally play for the finesse. So if we can only play up once, the finesse and diamonds is better. But here's the other option. Win the ace, play the king immediately, discard a heart, and then play a diamond towards the king. If that wins, we play ace, queen, and low spade to the king, and then we play another diamond up towards the queen this time, because it looks like the ace is an east. And if it loses, again, we win whatever, play ace, queen, and a third spade, and then finesse the jack of diamonds. So I'll reiterate the 2 options. Option 1, play clubs immediately, pitch a heart, and then play a diamond before drawing trumps. So we have 2 entries. Option 2, win the ace of clubs, draw trumps, then play the king of clubs, ditch a heart, and then finesse the jack of diamonds. Which way are we preferring here? And if you can say why, I'd love that. Otherwise, just say the reason. The second option seems better. The risk of getting trumped is low. All right, so Andrew has hit upon a key difference on this hand between the 2 things, which is the second one is better if we're not getting roughed anywhere, because we get to play the diamonds twice. Now, where could we be roughed? Pretty much only in the diamond suit. So they'd need to be 4-1. If they're 4-1 with West, they play ace and give their partner a rough. They're We then got the queen. We only lose one diamond and a ruff. So we actually lose no more tricks in the diamonds by doing it that way. So there's only really 4-1 with the east, and they have to pop up with the ace. That dooms us. So yeah, that way is better. And I'm glad that people saw that. Now I'm going to play the 10 to unblock here, in case I want to play low to the 8 later. Doesn't mean I'm going to finesse this time, just means I'll play low to the king. Or 10 to the king, rather. Okay, now we draw trump. And here we're going to finesse east for the jack of diamonds. And the way I say that is, imagine we've got an 8-card fit missing the queen. Then, after playing the ace, we would have a decision on the second round of the suit whether to finesse or play for the drop in 2 rounds. Right? So, finesse or play for drop in 2 rounds. We play for the finesse. Here it's the same. We either finesse the jack and east or play for the drop in 2 rounds. And we had an 8-card fit. So here it's even. The relevant round is the second round. We play for the finesse. That failed, and we've got the rest, including the bear card. Woo! Got the bear card. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, so 10 tricks taken. Here, what do we have? This is a big hand. 22 points. And we have 5-4 in the majors. I will open 2 clubs. It's too strong for 2 no trumps anyway, but I wouldn't open at 2 no trumps. I would with 5-4 in the majors. I'm gonna be showing the majors, but yeah, this one I opened 2 clubs. Partner has responded 3 diamonds. I normally like this to be a 6-card suit. I don't really like giving positives in the minors on 5. The robots play it can be 5, but that it promises 2 of the top 3, so at least king, queen. So even though we've only got 2 diamonds here, the fact we have ace jack means we have all the top 4 diamonds, and we can guarantee that. So we actually, diamonds is looking like a very promising spot. If we're counting tricks for no trumps, for example, we'd count 5 diamonds, 3 hearts is 8, spade is 9. Let's say partner has the ace of clubs, that would be 11 tricks already. And partner won't just have the king, queen of diamonds, they'll have more on top of that. So given they're guaranteed to have more, we are pretty worth a slam try. But we'll show our hearts first. Partners bid 3 no trumps. I'm still interested in a slam and diamonds. We could set up the hearts. We could take spade finesses. There's so many different things we could do because partner has a good diamond suit. I'm going to bid 4 diamonds here. Partners bid 6. Okay. They've led the jack of hearts. So we have an interesting position. Partner doesn't have an entry, which isn't what I'd like. They have a bare balanced 8 count. I would never give a positive on partner's hand. Just a balanced, nothing good about it, 8 points. They have no aces. They have no shortage anywhere. Their suit's not even that great. Why would they want to take away all of partner's space and tell them about this rubbish hand? I would not do that. But yeah, anyway, we're here. We don't want to panic. How many losers do we have? We have a spade loser, and we have 3 club losers. Yeah, I would always bid 2 diamonds with their hand. You don't want to give positives with just random balanced hands. The idea is partners open 2 clubs. They have this awesome hand they want to tell you about, and you're taking away the bidding space to do that, and they don't even have a hand that's worth telling us about in order to override our two clubs opening, basically. By bidding a positive to two clubs, you're kind of overriding the opening, saying, the hand I'm showing you is more important than the hand you were going to show me. It's just not the case with this hand. But let's say the hearts break. When you're in a bad spot, you need to be optimistic. If the hearts break, which I doubt, we can discard all the clubs and just lose a spade. However, if the hearts are breaking 4-2, which I actually think is on the optimistic side at this point, we only have 2 discards. So we could either discard a club and a spade, or 2 of one of them. It doesn't really matter which way around. I would rather discard 2 clubs. Either way, we're going to need to draw trumps. Because if there's a bad break in the hearts, it's going to be with East being short. And if they're 3-3, maybe we would rather rough one first. But I think we also need to hope we don't have any trump losers even after overtaking the jack. We just have no other entry to that hand. So, and why did they bid 6 diamonds over 4 diamonds? Like I said, partner, I'm interested in slam, opposite your positive. And they said, not only do I have a positive, I have an awesome positive that's worth going to slam again. Never trust a robot. Never trust a robot. Tony is right. Now, please, yes, the 10. Okay, we're in the market. So, our plan will be King, Queen of Hearts, discard something, rough a heart, play a card over to my hand, discard another thing. So, I don't think we'll need the 4th spade. The 10 from West. So they are breaking 4-2. So what I kind of want to do is play is a club up, I think. So let's say I throw away a club. Rough a heart. Gonna need to get back to my hand, and I don't want to get back to my hand by playing the ace of spades. The reason for that is because if I do that, I'm going to lose a spade and I'm going to lose a club. So because of the problems with getting back to my hand in whatever way needed, I'm going to need to play either a club to the king or a spade finesse to get back to my hand. We have to pick one. I'll pick the club one. Well, we could pick a spade. If we pick the spade, we still need the club as well. So I'm just going to play a club up. No! Okay, we've got the rest now. I hope that wasn't a king doubleton spade. Otherwise, this is going to look quite sad. No, it wasn't. Okay. So I don't think there was ever a way that we could have made that. I'll double check this. No, after Jack of Hearts lead, we're toast. We needed basically Hearts 3-3 or both black suit finesses. Partner was crazy to give a positive and then go to slam again after that. Jeez. So here we have 16 points and we have a balanced hand. They have opened one no trump in front of us. Now, what do we do here? Do we either want to double them, or do we pass? What do you think? Do we double, saying we've got 16 plus points, fits our description, or do we just pass and let it be? Patricia and Tony are doubling. Yep, I agree with the double. So double has lots of upside in this one. We could still have game our way. We could have the majority of the points, because if we just have the majority of the points, then unlikely to make one no trump. Andrew likes the two ace queens. Yeah, ace queen sitting over the one no trump is kind of nice. We would prefer a lead against one no trump, but our hand is textbook for a double here. So let's do it. Everyone's passed. So our partner should pull it if they don't have many points here. So I'm going to assume they have points. I don't want to blow up any of these other suits. I'm just going to lead my fourth highest spade. So there's 5 points in dummy, 16 points in my hand is 21. There's 19 missing. So it's pretty much going to be 15 in east, 4 in my partner's hand, because partner shouldn't pass with fewer than 5 points. And when 4-3 to ace, odd first trick in spades, and then they kept going with the spades. So they just have ace, king, queen, jack. Okay. It's not looking good. What do we need from partner to beat this contract? I think we need partner to have the king of diamonds and be able to play some clubs through to us. So if partner has the king of diamonds, maybe even king jack for their 4 points, they can play clubs through twice. We get 3 clubs, 3 diamonds, and we beat it by 2. So either partner played the 10 of diamonds with the king, which is possible, or partner has the king of clubs and we need to play ace queen in another club. I would like to be able to check with my partner by playing ace of diamonds. But the robots don't signal, which is why I wasn't really paying much attention to their signals earlier, because the robot signals don't mean anything. I think I'll play ace of diamonds and see what happens. Because either I need to now play another diamond, hoping for them to have the king, or play the clubs at this point. Because they discarded a club, I have to assume they don't think the clubs are setting up. So if they have the king of diamonds and the 9, we can beat it. Because it'll play 8, low 9. No, they don't have the 9. Damn it. Because they played the 10, they would have played lower of touching. So, okay. Rewinding. Partner has not the 9. So at most we could get 1 diamond trick and 2 more club tricks. So they would just be making. On the other hand, if I play 3 clubs, maybe all their clubs are good. 3. I have to hope that they have the king of clubs at this point. They had the king 9. Why did they play the 10? Oh my god, why did they play the 10? They're meant to play lower of touching when they're following. That's mad. Okay. So, first of all, I'll say why we went wrong, and then I'll forget about the hand and move on to the next one. At the table, you should probably just forget about the hand and move on to the next one, but this is a lesson. But it's important when disasters happen like this, that you don't panic and you just move on to the next one, because that was a disaster. The robots are testing our don't panic mantra, yeah. So after I led a spade, which is unsuccessful, but the spade was fine, then I won the Queen of Hearts. Partner had just pitched a couple hearts at this point, which told me they don't have much in hearts. I already knew that. Now I played a low diamond, hoping that partner either had king 10-9 like they do, or maybe even just the king, or I would love if they had the king jack. So if we play, we played the diamond, which was great, and they have the clubs which we want to play through. They played the king, we won the ace of hearts. And at this point, I was thinking, they discarded a club. It doesn't look like they've got the king of clubs, but maybe. But then I thought, hold on, they played the 10 of diamonds. Now, at this point, they should play the lower of the two touching, right? From 10-9, why would they play the 10 with the 9? Unless they're trying to torment their partner, because this is normally something that the robots do correctly, is playing the lower of touching. So I thought they don't have the 9. So the most we can have is just the king of diamonds from here, which declarer might even have, and then 2 clubs. That's 3 tricks from here we're not beating. However, if partner has the king of clubs to 4 remaining, declarer would have 3. Because I also thought, well, if declarer's got 3 hearts, which I know they have, 4 spades is 7, 3 diamonds is 10, and 3 clubs is 13. If they have only 3 clubs, all 4 of partner's clubs will run from here. We'll get 7 tricks and beat it. So, that was the idea. If partner had the king of clubs, which I actually don't know if they have the king of diamonds or king of clubs. I need to play clubs to beat it. If they'd played the 9 of diamonds instead of the 10, I would have gone with that. But the robots are testing our don't panic idea today, that is for sure. Move 12 points, we open a diamond. If you play 2 plus club, open this hand a club. Or of course, if you play 4 card majors, you'd open this hand 1 a trump. They've doubled, which doesn't, when it's gone 1 diamond, 2 clubs, unlike 1 club, 1 diamond, double doesn't fully promise both majors. It's at least 4-3 in the majors. Usually 4-4, but sometimes they have 4-3 and a hand which doesn't want to pass. So we know they've got at least 1 4-card major and at least 3 in the other. And we don't know which one it is. If we would like to compete, what we would do here is double. Double says strong here. Double should be takeout, just saying, hey, I have both majors, partner choose one. Because for the robots, the description here is that it shows 16 to 21 high card points. I will not be doing that, since they think we're going to game. Partners doubled here. 1 plus club. That tells me it's penalty. I don't believe them. We have a fit in a major somewhere. I'm going to bid 3 hearts. Hope that hearts is what they have. They have 4-2 in the majors. This description said 3 plus in each. So yeah, they do have a hand which is actually stuck for a bid. And I think it is fine to have the agreement that with 10 plus points you can make a negative double at the 2 level there with both majors unbid, just because you don't really want to hide the diamonds. Hide the hearts. But if you're playing that it promises at least 4-3 in the majors, then you would have to hide the hearts and just raise diamonds. Now here, if we're counting from our partner's hand, which I recommend, because it looks like the diamonds is what we're going to play. Because the diamonds is the suit we're going to play, we count losers from the perspective of the hand with the suit we're going to set up. It's just much easier. So we have 3 club losers, one of which we can ruff. We have 2 diamond losers. Maybe that's it. The diamonds might break, we might be able to ruff one. Maybe if the hearts are 4-1, we have a loser there as well. But on an excellent world, the diamonds break and we ruff the club, so we can make 4. Now they played a diamond for us, giving us that free finesse. So now all the diamonds are good. And they may be getting a ruff here, possibly. No ruff. Okay. So the diamonds are good. All we need to do is ruff the club. Now, should we draw trumps first, or should we try and ruff the club immediately? What do you think? And I see no spoofers in the chat today, unlike last week. That was funny, people saying silly things, and you thought that they probably were spoofers. Draw trumps, Tony agrees. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are onto it. Even though we need to ruff the club, we'll still have a trump after drawing trumps, so we can afford to do that. Now we can ruff the club, play the king, and now no matter which cards we play, we've got the rest. Even I could get the rest of the tricks from here. 10 tricks. So yeah, interestingly, the bad boards are not really our fault. Like, robots made a crazy 3 diamonds and an even crazier 6 diamonds bid here. The robots on this one played the 10 from 10-9 for some reason. This board was okay, just 3 hearts plus 1. I'm sure some people bid 3 hearts over 3 clubs and ended up in 4 hearts. But I'm much happier in a 3 than 4 hearts. We needed the trumps to break and we needed no diamond ruff. 14 points, 6 spades, 1 spade. Never open these hands 2 clubs, by the way. Even if this was a little bit better, still never open at 2 clubs. You won't be able to show the shape if you do. Now we could either bid 2 clubs or 2 spades here. I normally like bidding the second suit clubs, but what I'm worried is going to happen here if I do bid 2 clubs, they just bid 2 diamonds and now they can raise the diamonds. However, if I bid 2 spades, now if they want to bid diamonds, they have to bid 3. They might not be able to do that. And the spade suit is so good, I'm going to want to play in it a lot. So I'm actually going to bid 2 spades and ignore the clubs, which I normally show. Partner has made a penalty double of 3 diamonds. Do we trust the robots? I know what Tony would say about this. He would say, never trust the robots. Patricia, no. Never. Yeah, so this description of double says biddable diamonds. That means they want to penalize 3 diamonds. Not sure I believe them, but we should always trust partner. Because if we trust partner and we're wrong, it's a bad board. If we don't trust partner and we're wrong, not only is it a bad board, but partner also knows we now don't trust them. That's kind of a way to destroy partnerships. So I say you should trust your partner. That doesn't mean always assume your partner's made the best play. You can allow for partner to have made some mistake. But when partner loudly tells you they want to penalize, don't assume they've made a mistake. Okay? We want to pass and trust their double. It's not a good dummy for us. So we're going to get likely 2 spade tricks, likely a club trick, that's 3. We need partner to show up with 2 diamond tricks over there, with king 10-9 fourth sitting in dummy and West having made a free bid, 3 diamonds. I'm not liking our chances. Ace of diamonds, there we go. Now what do we want to do? Partner has a doubleton 7 of spades. So 2 spades. Let's say they've got 4 diamonds. I'm hoping they have 5 because their diamonds don't seem to be very good quality, so they should have 5. Yeah, so either here they could have the king of hearts or they could have the jack of clubs. I'm worried if they have... So I'm choosing between playing a heart or a club. If I play a heart here and it's wrong, what does that mean? Well, they would have to be able to get rid of 2 clubs from the east hand for it to be wrong. Can that happen? I know they have the spade trick with the queen of spades. They'd have to have 4 hearts over there. It'll give them 4 hearts, 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and 2 clubs. Possible? Doesn't... Oh, but even then, we only get 1 club trick. So with that hand, it doesn't matter which we play. So playing the heart can't be wrong. So I will play a heart. Looks like they had exactly that hand that I was saying. And they could have the jack of clubs here. So I put that up. And now I will let partner overruff, hopefully. Partner didn't even have any good diamonds at all. They didn't even have the 8. They just said queen, jack, empty, 5th, and out. And another double making contract. Oh no. I should have listened to Tony and Patricia saying to not trust partner. But I had to foster partnership trust, even though that's not really a thing in Robot Bridge. That's what we did. What's partner doing, doubling with this hand? So partner should never double with this hand, because their hand is 1 trick. They need 4 tricks from partner to even beat this contract 1. Not only that, but also when you double with this hand with long trumps and not many points a lot of the time, the opponents end up making 1 more trick than they would have otherwise, because you told them everything with the double, which is what happened here. Now, I think we could have beaten it, that being said, at some point. No, we couldn't have. It felt like if partner split we could have, but no, we could have never beaten it. 14 points here. I'll open a diamond. Partner's bid a spade. I'll bid 2 spades. You don't want to add points for the singleton king and for the singleton, so you can't add 3 for singleton, 3 for king. This hand's 17. I'll bid 3 spades. No. One or the other, not both. I miscounted this hand. This isn't 14 points. This is 16 points. What am I doing? Okay. That was bad. But we're here now. We're in two spades. Don't panic. Reset the focus. Now, I could pretend that I only did that as a... is it 14? No, it is 14, not 16. I thought I miscounted, but I didn't miscount. Why am I losing my marbles? I was right the first time it was 14. When... Here's a good advice for when you're going crazy like this. When you can see that you're clearly not playing your A game, which, I mean, I probably wasn't playing my A game on this hand by trusting the robots. I should know not to trust them. But yeah, if you're not playing your A game, you really got to take as much time as you can on the hand, right? When you're not focused, you say, okay, think over everything as many times as you need to, because if you think too quickly, you can easily make a mistake. Thinking of North as the perspective, we have 2 spade losers, 1 heart loser, 1 diamond loser, and 2 club losers, maybe 3, right? That's 6. So we may be going down in 3 spades. So this could be quite a good one. From, yeah. I'm glad that I had it this way around, that I counted correctly, then thought I miscounted, rather than miscounted from the beginning, because if I miscounted from the beginning, then I would have been 3 spades. They're playing a heart here. It looks like East has the queen. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do what's called a dummy reversal, where even though North had the most trumps, we use South hand as the perspective. And there are a couple of things that make this dummy reversal correct. 1, South has enough trumps to draw trumps. They've got 4, that's plenty. 2, South has a suit that we'd like to play. And 3, you can get at least 2 ruffs in the North hand. We've got 1 ruff here. We're going to have another ruff in hearts. We may have a 3rd ruff in diamonds. So rather than ruffing the clubs, thinking of North as the hand, we've got to focus on the South hand, setting up the diamonds. Now, do we want to either play a diamond now, or do we want to draw some trumps before trying to set up the diamonds? Patricia says T for trumps. Andrew, yes, trumps. Trumps. Yeah, so playing trumps is pretty natural here. Trumps is not without downside. If you play the trumps and you need to ruff a diamond and a heart, you may not be able to. Say you play trump to the ace, another one, and they play 3 rounds, then we won't be able to ruff 2, because they'll have drawn too many trumps from North. So if we're playing a trump here, what I would actually rather do is finesse. If the finesse works, we're golden. If it fails, then at least they can only draw 2 trumps on us, and we can still afford to ruff a diamond. So drawing trumps is right, except we don't want to draw too many. The 9 of diamonds is gone, so we actually, all of our diamonds are good. Right, they led the 10, there's the 9, we have the 8, 7, jack, queen, king, ace, all the diamonds are gone. So we can actually afford to take a second spade finesse now. And we're getting another bear card. Yes. So even though I'm tired and playing like a bit of a turkey, well, I'm not really playing like a turkey. I managed to avoid making crazy mistakes, I think, even though I'm tired. But I miscounted that hand at some point. Even though I'm playing like a bit of a turkey, or thinking like one, we still got 2 bear cards, and that's what matters. 13 points, 1 spade. Partners bid 3 spades. This here is not an invitational raise when they intervene. It's just a regular raise, like a slightly good 2 spades opening, 2 spades response. Maybe not a full triple three, but a decent hand for that. That being said, if we have 8 card fit, we can add 2 for the singleton, brings our hand up to 15. Still not quite enough, but I would not be surprised if this hand made game. If we had 9 card fit, I would bid game here. But partner may have only 3. Aye. We're making maybe even extras. We're just going to lose a diamond and a club. Maybe even not a spade. Maybe even not a club if the spades break. We don't even need the spades to break. What am I on about? We can just get rid of the clubs on here. That's fine, they're roughed in. Get rid of the clubs and rough a club. Now I went quickly because this is just the end of the session. So we got a really poor score today. We will probably get above 50% with this one, but maybe not because some people bid 4 spades. So we probably actually got below 50% for the tournament. Now, what happened there? Partner made a crazy play on 4. We trusted them. Partner made a crazy bid on 3. We trusted them. Board 6, partner made a crazy bid and we trusted them. And board 8 was the only one, like, there is an argument to bidding 4 spades. It depends on your style of 3 spades. The style that I bid is that with most hands, which would raise 1 spade to 2 spades, I'm going to raise 1 spade to 3 spades. Maybe not the absolute worst for triple 3-6 count. That hand I'll pass. Maybe just even a balanced 6 count I'll pass. But I tend to like bidding 3 spades quite aggressively here, and therefore I passed. However, if the style of 3 spades is more, either it's like in the 9-10 range or it's got 4 trumps, I would absolutely bid game with this. So this is one where if that board came up with me and my partner, I would talk about what's the worst hand you'd bid 3 spades with, what's the best hand, and then get a feeling as to where in that range this hand would lie. Because if partner's got 10 points and 3 card support, we want to be in game. If partner's got like 7 points and 4 card support, we probably want to be in game. That's a pretty big difference here, because if partner's got 7 points and 3 card, we don't. 8 points and 3 card, we don't. 9 points and 3 card, it's probably fine. So you ask partner what type of hands within that range they'd bid 3 spades with and get a gauge. I would expect partner with 10 points and 4 card support to bid 4 spades here. I will say that. But yeah, a lot of people bid 4 spades, so we got a bad one. 45% overall. A few things our partner did crazy. Number 8 could be a learning thing for partnership style. I don't think we could have done much better on others. We couldn't have bid 4 there. We couldn't have bid 3 there. So yeah, a few things partner did bad, and one thing where maybe unlucky, maybe we should have bid 4. But the point is 3 spades here is not invitational. The robot's description says 7 to 10 total points. Now, if you want to send a hand, go onto these 3 lines, export, send to member, and type hello LBO, and try and give a short comment, because I can't read that many, because the comments have a bunch of pluses in between them. Thanks, Ali. Thanks, Judith. Thanks, Patricia. I can't keep up with your card counting in opponents' hands. Yeah, so I will endeavor to have that as slower in the future. I tend to count them pretty automatically. Like, I don't even explicitly count them. It's just kind of in the back of my mind. I can see that. So I'll try to explicitly say it next time. Like, I think I was saying it somewhat on one of the hands, the one no trump one, because they played 4 spades at the start, so I knew that they had 4 spades. Because they played low heart and were working on the hearts, I knew they had at least 3 hearts. They wouldn't play that with only a doubleton, because then they're not going to have an entry. So I knew they had 4-3. And if they have the 9 of diamonds, and I've already seen the jack and 7, they must have 3 diamonds at least, maybe 4. So if they have 4-3-3, the most clubs they can have is 3. And therefore, if partner has the king of clubs, the clubs must be running, because we'll go ace, queen, 10 to the king, and their clubs will be good. So that was the hand I counted more in. There were a few others as well. But here's an exercise for you to make counting a lot quicker. So you don't have to add 4 and 3 and 3 and 3 and say, okay, 4 and 3, 7 and 10 and 13. You just memorize, do flashcards even, the hand shapes. So you have 4-3-3-3, 5-3-3-2, 4-4-3-2, 6-3-2-2, 6-3-3-1, 5-4-3-1, 5-5-2-1. All these different hands. Get them out on flashcards, the hand shapes, right? And have them off the top of your head. Make it so you don't have to add them up to 13 ever, that you can just say, okay, 5-2-1, so it must be 5 for the 4th one, right? When a suit breaks 5-2-1, just know it must be 5 without even having to do it. Say, okay, a 5-5-2-1 shape. And you can also do that when counting the opponent's shapes. Say, okay, I know they have 5-3-1, so it must be 4 for the 4th one. Tony says he thinks that they show count when following suit, but not trumps. So let's have a look. The robots aren't always reliable, but let's see. They discarded a low heart here. That would be in line with them playing low shows. Low shows odd, but here they discarded the 4 of clubs, their second lowest, which would be in accordance with low showing even, but that's with a discard. Let's see with following suit. Okay, we played a club and they played low. And they played a heart. They played low again. So that would be in accordance with low showing odd. What about... Oh, we can watch the defending robots, can't we? So East again played lowest from 3. This is some more evidence. Let's try and find some more examples of them following suit. It's surprisingly hard to find examples of them following suit when they haven't started them themselves. So we'll see what they do in spades here. If West plays a high spade when following suit, oh no. They played the 5, second highest. So maybe they do, when following suit, give count. That's actually good to know. I've always been told to not trust the robot signals, but maybe they're slightly reliable. I'll look at that next time. But for now, thank you everyone. Remember to send in some hands if they're tough ones. And bye for now.